Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. We have another segment of my favorite topic. And it's my favorite topic. I can't help myself because I know what's going on, and this is so obvious, and it's a charade that it's getting annoying. The charade is getting annoying. So so Madam Cyber Hack, the Golden Muumuu, the wonderful, the amazing former Secretary of State, had another book tour today, another book appearance in an auditorium with people who just loved her, and it was just another wonderful moment where it was part of the Gutsy Woman tour. Anyway, there's a person who on Twitter who was there, and she writes, Maria Shriver keeps asking Hillary if she's going to run again. She won't answer either way, adding, quote, I would beat him again. Huge applause. Hashtag Gutsy Woman. She didn't defeat him. She lost to him. So you would have to amend the Constitution, and you'd need 2/3 of the House and 2/3 of the Senate. That's what you would need to abolish the Electoral College. So it's I know they were mortified, and they just couldn't understand why they lost. I mean, after cheating Bernie Sanders, calling half the country deplorable, a criminal investigation where Clinton actually committed crimes, and James Comey covered up those crimes. You cannot transfer top secret and special access program intelligence outside of the United States government. It's not possible. Clinton is going to run again. Whether she runs tomorrow or a week before Super Tuesday, I don't care. In 2017, I wrote in the Huffington Post, and I know it sounds kind of funny because I keep bringing it up. Oh, Lord, not again. Not again. Okay. Clinton's going to run again. They have nobody else. The whole thing is a charade. I saw right through it 2 years ago, and I'm telling you, this is nauseating. They have nobody else. Biden is literally losing money every month. They have nobody else. So Warren has been eviscerated because of the Medicare for All plan, which Bernie Sanders should have already come out with. So I don't know why they're expecting Warren to come out. He already has a plan in the Senate. He has a bill in the Senate. There's a congresswoman who has a bill in the House. So I don't get it. You've had people on YouTube and pundits, and for the past 3 years, they said vote Clinton in 2020 and 2016. And then they say, well, you know what? Medicare for all, and then they'll say vote Clinton 2020. But, I mean, I thought Medicare for all was feasible, moral. It is moral, but it's moral only if you can afford it. You can't have a Max Boot and Bill Kristol foreign policy and Medicare for all. It doesn't work. Over a quarter of the budget annually is healthcare. And that's not 320 million people. So, I mean, how are you going to go and become, well, they say, other countries have it. Fine. The Mercatus study says we're not a smaller European country. We would have to double to triple tax collection for that even to take place. So it's just so annoying. I don't, they're going to, this is the thing, what they're aiming for if it's not this month, which I think it should be this month, what they're going to try to do is they're going to say they're going to make it to where Clinton's going to enter, and people are going to say, nobody ever could have seen this happen. I mean, how was anyone to know, fill in the blank? And then Clinton enters, and it's 2016 all over again, and then we can just get on with it. It's just so annoying. So Maria Shriver had a great time this evening moderating a conversation with Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton on their new book, The Book of Gutsy Women. 2 gutsy women, for sure. Who are the gutsy women in your life? Okay? And it's like... And then somebody watching on Twitter wrote, Maria Shriver keeps asking Hillary if she's going to run again. She won't answer either way, adding, I would beat him again. Huge applause. She stated that numerous times. She did not defeat Trump. The popular vote is a function of money spent in the election. It's not that difficult to understand. I keep saying that, and it just like goes in one ear out the other. And it's like, it's like Joe Biden is losing money every month. He's the only viable candidate according to Democrats. He has no money. He's losing money every month. So they're not going to go with Biden because he's not going to... He's not going to even last the election. She said that she would defeat him before. She said, don't tempt me. She said, maybe we need a rematch. Trump says, you know what? We want Hillary again. So it's like we have to deal with the charade forever. I'm tired. The Democratic primary, I'd rather watch paint dry. I would rather watch paint dry. This is not like... Okay, Democrats don't believe. Like people who, like liberals or progressives or whatever, people on the left, they know that this is all a charade, but they don't want to believe that the reality I am most don't know who the heck I am, but they don't want to believe the reality that I've explained is taking place. They cannot possibly believe. Do you understand? They cannot possibly believe that everything's rigged, that it's a political machine. They don't have a choice, that they live in a matrix. And I know that, like, it's just, it's annoying for me. Believe me, if it's annoying for you, it's annoying for me. But tonight she goes, I'll defeat him. I would defeat him again. And she won't say that, of course, she's not running because she is running. I have no clue. And this is now I'm just going to focus on how are they going to... Look, Philippe Reigns goes on Fox and he says, well, no, she hasn't closed the door. Maggie Haberman in March of 2000... of this year says, well, she hasn't closed the door. This is only a day, less than a day, 12 hours after the local cable station says, oh, for the first time ever, Clinton says she's not running again. Then Maggie Haberman says, so spoke to somebody, she hasn't closed the door, yada, 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 yada. It's just so annoying. We're waiting for the IG report. We're waiting for Clinton to run. We're waiting for the next... No one cares about impeachment. They're going to impeach Trump on the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's a phone conversation where Biden actually did could have committed either a criminal act or some kind of conflict of interest, or he acted in a way that was motivated by conflict of interest. That's the whole issue. Then you have Kenneth Vogel, who already stated, and John Solomon, who already covered the fact that the DNC reached out to the Ukraine, and it's documented in Politico in 2017, and also in The Hill in 2017, 2018. They tried to get dirt on Trump, dirt on Manafort. Then Clinton goes on late night. And she's on, every single day. She's running, obviously, but it's just so annoying. It's so annoying. There's nothing really, breathtaking happening except all the good things that are taking place in the economy. President Trump has record highs in terms of, a record high in terms of, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P hit record highs while there's record low unemployment. Think about that for a second. Think about how good the economy is. John Pratt! John, thank you. Thank you, John Pratt. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, John Pratt. Thank you. Thank you, John. Think about how good that is. And it's just, like, they cannot actually run on any, they can't say, look, an economic populist message from the left is not going to work when there's record low unemployment. It just won't work. And then you're not going to get a message from the neoliberals because there's record high. The stock market has reached record highs. So, and GDP is good. Labor participation is up. Household median income has increased. So it's like, where is the, where are the pitchforks and the, are there issues? Sure, there's issues with the economy, but like, what are they running on? Vote for us, and we'll make the economy even better than it already is? Because they can't run on that. They're running on Trump worked with the Ukraine to go after his direct political rival, just like Trump worked with Russia to go after his direct political rival. The whole thing's about them. Life doesn't revolve around the Democratic Party. Sorry, life doesn't revolve around the Democratic Party. They're the ones who actually utilize information from other countries, and they go after Trump. And then because of Trump's personality, they're like, well, whatever, it's all worth it. Trump's personality has warped the brains of people, like millions of people. Completely warped the brains of millions of people. So, if you're not going to, look, they have nobody else. You type in Joe Biden. Let's look at Joe Biden. Let's type in Joe Biden. Okay, here, 1 year from election, Trump trails Biden. Not really, like hardly trails him. It's basically Biden's up by like 2 points in swing states on average. Big deal. If he's not up by 20, it's not a safe lead. And Clinton was up by like 20 over Trump at this point. And really, by a great margin in swing states. And no, actually, swing states she was always not good. I wrote about that. She couldn't win in swing states. But she was still, if you look, she was still a little bit above, and she lost that lead even with doubling. I mean, there's a chance that she won't even get the popular vote. I think that she'll probably get the popular vote. Clinton. She'll lose the Electoral College, but she'll probably get the popular vote. But there's a chance she might not. She got less than 3 million votes with doubling. She outspent Trump 2-1. She outspent Trump 2-1, 1.2 billion to 600 million. And she got around 3 million, less than 3 million voters in the popular vote. Well, yeah, but you factor in the overwhelming negative coverage of Trump. And then you factor in the most populous states being blue. But sorry, you can't simply. And then what? Look, if there's because Democrats are like, well, the demographic shift favors us. Not really, because they're actually conservatives. The conservative movement or ideology is becoming more prevalent among demographics, all different types of demographics that usually vote Democrat. So then what happens? Let's say they get their way, which they won't, but they add another amendment to the Constitution, and they do away with the Electoral College. They just make it the popular vote, and then they lose the popular vote. This is exactly what they did with the Supreme Court. You needed a supermajority with the Supreme Court. And what they did, since they thought that Clinton would win, they changed the rules to where it was just a simple majority. Well, it didn't work for them, did it? Now it's a firmly conservative Supreme Court. They did this to themselves because their hubris, wouldn't allow them to. Even Mitch McConnell warned them. But it's going to be, it's going to be the same thing over again. It's just a matter now of waiting. I mean, the next 3-4 weeks, November is going to be an interesting month. There's a lot that's going to take place November and December. Because if you look at Joe Biden accuses Elizabeth Warren of elitism. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So, ay. Joe Biden accuses Elizabeth Warren of elitism. Okay. Former Vice President Joe Biden on Tuesday called Senator Elizabeth Warren condescending and elitist for comments she made last week suggesting he was running in the wrong presidential primary. So they're going at it. And it's two people that really actually have no chance of becoming president. Eric H526, thank you. Thank you for everything. But it's like Joe Biden says that Warren's Medicare for All plan Joe Biden says that Warren's Medicare for All plan and she's making up numbers. She's making up numbers for the Medicare for All plan. Okay. Then she says what? He's running in the wrong primary because he should be a Republican. Okay. Then he's trying to get money in a fundraiser. This is the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette a couple hours ago. Biden rips condescending Democrats at Pittsburgh fundraising speech. There's no electricity. There's no energy. There's no nothing. The fact that Clinton has actually committed crimes is like a badge of courage for Democrats. Like, yeah, she transferred top secret intelligence outside of the United States government. This is fantastic. Only Clinton can get away with that. She's a gutsy woman. You cannot transfer top secret and special access program intelligence on servers outside of the United States government. It's not possible. And I explained that in But Her Top Secret emails and But Her Deleted emails on Amazon. It's not supposed to be physically possible, or from a cybersecurity perspective, it's supposed to be impossible, but she managed to do it. But Democrats view that as, oh, she's just playing the game. Oh, she's a great... So what if she had to delete, 30,000 emails? Who cares? Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Their answer to everything is who cares? They have tunnel vision, which is great. They're going to lose again with Clinton. I think that what they're doing right now is they're trying to simply find a way. They're going to simply try to find a way for Clinton to enter the race where A, if she loses, she could still run in 2024, so she'll save face no matter what. And B, people can say, and this is, I guess, should be A, well, nobody could have predicted this. Nobody could have predicted this. The only person the Democrats have, and this is a testament to the Democratic Party, that could bring energy and enthusiasm at this moment is Hillary Clinton. And she's going to run. It's just this charade is so annoying. It's so annoying. Let's read this. In a speech to deep-pocketed Democratic donors, politicians, and real estate executives Tuesday evening in Pittsburgh, former Vice President Joe Biden called out condescending Democrats who believe it's their way or the highway, and lambasted President Donald Trump for damaging America's standing internationally. Okay, that's ridiculous. Our standing internationally is our standing is directly related to us pulling back and scaling back U.S. foreign policy. If we scale back U.S. foreign policy, our standing will inevitably be a whole lot better than it was the past 16 years. Between Bush and President Obama, what did the people of Libya think of us? What do the people of other countries think of us? Do they think highly of us? No, they don't. No, they don't, because we've inadvertently created catastrophes. So, I mean, this is the thing. They cannot win on the merits. And they have to go and they have to say, oh, well, he's ripping apart the Constitution, our standing internationally. This is subjective. It's your opinion. And then he goes, there's no way to get anything done. There's no way to bring this country together. Why would anyone think that Clinton or Biden could bring this country together? There's no way to beat Donald Trump if we don't start talking about what we're for and why you could be extremely progressive but not off the wall. And why you can be extremely progressive but not be socialist, Mr. Biden said to an audience. Well, this is the problem they have. It's an existential problem. They cheated Bernie Sanders. So they've already shown their hand. They cheated Bernie Sanders. So they've already shown that their most exciting policies will always lead to, more cheating. Clinton's running again. We just have to wait. I don't care if she waits until Super Tuesday. I really don't care when she runs. She's running, and Democrats will vote again and lose again. They're not going to go with Biden. They're not going to go with Biden. So, that is absurd. That is completely absurd. And then they have people who are like, oh, well, there are people within Trump's administration that disagree with him. We're going to interview them to impeach Trump. It's like, so what? Where were the people that you're talking about unanimous agreement? Even Comey lied about that under oath. There wasn't a unanimous agreement with there wasn't a unanimous agreement with Comey. It's just we have to wait. She's running again. They're not going with Biden or Warren. Okay, and then with Bernie, it's a bowel movement it's a movement that essentially a bowel movement. Oh, thanks so much, Warren. You're doing such a great job. Oh my goodness. Thank you so very much. Wow, you've really done a great thing with Medicare for All. You've really showed the world that it's a fantastic idea. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Warren. So, It's like they just this charade is just very, very, very annoying. Very annoying. Very, very annoying. It doesn't stop, too, because they have the media, and the media is essentially... like the outreach. And then you have today you have a couple victories Democrats had. But if you look throughout the country, Republican-controlled legislatures, this is Wikipedia, 29. Democrat-controlled legislatures, 19. So they're doing victory laps, and then 2 split legislatures. They're doing victory laps, and it might have changed after this evening. Maybe it's 28 versus 20. Or maybe split legislatures 3. But it's so what? So you won? Okay, great, big deal. Oh, we won in a Republican stronghold. Fine, you lost the election though. And and still Republican-controlled legislatures 29. You still have most of the country controlled by Republican legislatures. Everything's a Pyrrhic victory. They can't simply, whatever. You have to take into account the fact that media is overwhelmingly liberal. About 20 years ago, there was actually during the Bush administration, it wasn't you could say, well, was it liberal? But no, they sided with Bush. But there was still perhaps a liberal leaning. But no, they sided with Bush. And then when President Obama, then they went, way to the left. But there's always been a little, you couldn't tell, is there a liberal leaning or is there a left leaning? I remember a while back, maybe before the Bush administration, people would actually debate it. It would be an actual debate. They wouldn't know. They're well, maybe. But the media, by and large, people, maybe not everyone trusted media, but at least it was not an activist. It was not, the journalists weren't activists. They didn't have a dog in the fight, and they were just reporting. Now it's their social media, their lives are dependent upon, because they have to save face. So they had 8 years of President Obama, and they were expecting President Hillary Clinton. So now they have to save face. Now they got Trump, which is their living nightmare. Their absolute living nightmare. So now it's Trump is battling not only Comey, Strzok, McCabe, Clapper, Brennan, and they've obviously fabricated. If you read my Federalist articles, you can see they went after and fabricated. They blamed Trump, or they fabricated an investigation based on information literally given to them by Clinton or purchased by Clinton. And then Clinton says, well, I didn't give it to them. They used the Steele dossier. Yeah, but the Steele dossier was funneled to people like Brennan from people like McCain. Never Trumpers, or just Democrats and never Trumpers, the people who just didn't want Trump to engage in tariffs. They didn't want Trump to pull out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. They didn't want Trump to scale back U.S. foreign policy. They didn't want Trump on other issues, but they got Trump. So they lost. I mean, the great thing about President Trump is that no matter what they throw at him, he still wins. And now they're jumping in. Oh my God, look, there's still 28 to 29 Republican-controlled legislatures. The majority of the country is still controlled by Republicans. The Supreme Court is a Republican, has a Republican majority. So you're not going to erase the Second Amendment. And you're not going to erase the First Amendment. Because Democrats want to erase the First Amendment too. You literally say something, you're going to go to jail. You talk about Orwellian. That's exactly what George Orwell was against. Exactly what he was against. Not going to go into what you could say to go to jail, but, you know. They don't have the Senate. They don't have the majority of state legislatures. They don't have the executive, and they don't have the Supreme Court. And this is with the FBI and media being an extension of the Democratic Party. So, Trump is doing something pretty unbelievable. Look, there's only one person that could actually defeat, like, media, the intelligence community, the Democratic Party, the Clintons, and that's Trump. Nobody else can. The Democrats run away with Congress, and they run away with the executive branch from here on out, because they have too much. They outspend. They'll outspend. If you look at every election, they always outspend Republicans. They have the money advantage, and they have the media advantage. So from here on out, if it's not Trump, Republicans have no chance, or virtually no chance at the biggest, at the executive branch at least. That's for sure. So, once Trump came into the picture, things changed. Once President Trump came into the picture, things changed. You're not going to ever have a Marco Rubio or a Ted Cruz or a John McCain or a Paul Ryan. You're not going to have that type of Republican anymore. You're not going to have that type of Republican anymore. Because there's nothing, the Republican Party is too closely aligned to the establishment Democrat, to Democrats, to establishment Democrats, and to media. It's just, you have Trump, who basically said, you know what, you set me up and framed me. Now there's a criminal probe. And he defeated Clinton. And he's the only one who could have defeated Clinton also. If Jeb Bush would have been demolished, absolutely demolished. So Clinton Clinton again says, "Oh, I can I'll defeat Trump again." Well, she didn't. She didn't defeat Trump. She didn't defeat Trump. That's the thing. She lost. And the popular vote is like this Pyrrhic victory. Like, well, so what? So you won the popular vote. You know you needed to win the Electoral College. Why focus on that? And if you won the popular vote, how did Russia interfere in the election? That's another question. Russia interfered in the election, but you win the popular vote? How did they lose swing states? How did they lose swing states? And I'll go back to the Maria Shriver keeps asking Hillary if she's going to run again. She won't answer either way, adding, I would beat him again. Huge applause. Hashtag gutsy women. Oh my God. I love that. It's just this is so annoying. My God almighty, it's so annoying. Let them elect a person again. Let them nominate again, which was going to it's going to happen. But they're going to nominate a person twice who called black youth super predators and who helped destroy Libya. But that's the Democratic Party. That's the Democratic Party. They have no concept of any, no shame in their game. And if you're a Democratic donor, you give money to Biden, you basically just want to, you just don't like money. Then people are like, oh, she has to file paperwork. There's a date where she has to file. That doesn't care. She cheated Bernie Sanders and used servers outside of the country where she transferred top secret information. There's always a bylaw or a fine print because they run the Democratic. Clinton runs the Democratic Party with her husband. So it's not like she's not running by the same, like Democrats and liberals and people who like Clinton and people who don't like Trump, they have to believe that the golden moo runs with the same rules as everyone else. They can't believe that, you're talking about a person who pretty much not only breaks rules and guidelines. And that's the thing, that's the thing. It's like when they look at Clinton, they're like, oh, well, she just broke rules and guidelines. She didn't break any laws, which of course she did. U.S. Code 793F. She didn't have to intentionally. Comey's the one who added the issue of intent. Nobody knows how they wired servers to connect with the Joint Worldwide Intelligence Communications System or other secure networks. It's impossible. But it's they have to believe that Clinton's just like a normal. She doesn't want to run. I don't want to run. I just want to sell my book because it's a fantastic book. What's it about? Oh yeah, gutsy woman. Please just get we need to just. I don't know what they're waiting for. Match Mac! The verbal breather's open as Debbie Dallas surfaces in the pre-dawn twilight of the coast of Broward County. Yes, Madge Mac. Madge Mac. With the torpedoes and everything. Madge Mac, thank you. Thank you, Madge Mac. Thank you. Maria Shriver keeps asking Hillary if she's running again. She won't answer either way, adding, I would defeat him again. Huge applause. Gutsy women. It's so awesome. But she didn't beat him, though. But see, again, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They have completely... They have... Look, not only is Clinton going to run, but most people are going to be convinced that she's going to win going into November of 2020. I'm going to repeat this again. Not only and I said in 2015 that she would lose, and she lost. This will be the second major election that I predict accurately. Clinton will lose again. But I'm telling you, just like a lot of people are like, well, how come she hasn't run? She's waiting for I don't know what, but she's waiting. She's waiting, number one, so that when she enters, people are like, how could she possibly have known this? How could she possibly have known that, Biden would go for Botox reevaluation? And then, she's also probably going to run. She's probably going to be like, I don't want to run. What? You were going to force me? Really? Okay. All right. 50 points ahead. Hillary the That's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Middle of the night, 364 viewers. Thank you. Hillary. She is running, especially when you look at swing states, because Trump defeats everyone in swing states. If you're not above Trump by like 10 points in swing states, you ain't going to win the Electoral College. Like now. And even 10 points, he would cut that lead. When, like tonight, when people are like, oh yeah, Democrats got victories, a big deal. It's not Trump running. The average Republican is like has one third of the charisma or star power or whatever of Trump. And the thing is, you're going to have a choice between an interventionist foreign policy where we send Americans off and keep them there forever, or President Trump, who wants to scale back U.S. foreign policy. Look, he never got the credit for being the first president to step foot in North Korea. He never got the credit. He's not getting credit for reaching record highs in the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. He's not getting credit for record low unemployment. He's not getting credit for anything. He's just not getting credit for he doesn't get credit for anything. It's almost like Democrats are like, anything good that happens, it would have happened anyway without tweets. Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. She's going to run. It's just a matter of when. So, she's on the Late Show with James Corden. Oh, my goodness. And then tonight she goes, what is a dream, Hillary Clinton? I'm chasing personal dreams. I'm enamored of my grandkids, but I'm also chasing the dream of getting our country back. Standing ovation. Your country's back. It's record high, record low unemployment, and the stock market has hit record highs, and you have labor force participation up. You have household median income has increased. Where is this world? They're worried about Facebook ads. Democrats have the most trivial, they're worried about, so they don't care that President Obama drank Flint water or that he just stood silent with Standing Rock and let a whole bunch of brutality take place. They love, oh my God, here we go. I'm looking at the Hillary and Chelsea with James Corden. Oh my God. I'm telling you, do you understand? Can we just please stop? It's so annoying. It is so annoying. All right, so hold on. Hillary Clinton, James Corden. Let's see. Hillary and Chelsea crash James Corden's monologue. Oh my God, that's so amazing. That's like the best ever. Oh my goodness. So amazing. Hillary Clinton hijacks late show monologue to roast Trump. Oh, so great. Hillary Clinton takes over late night monologue to rip on Trump. Oh my God, he ripped on Trump. He roasted Trump. She dunked on Trump. Oh my God. Amazing. Please, Hillary, run. I wrote you would in 2017. Yes. This is so annoying. We have to listen to Botox. Look, Biden, get the Botox. Get more Botox. They'll put too much Botox. And then you'll say, coach, I can't play this week. Who do we have? Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me. I can be in center field. Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? Hillary Clinton offers advice to Dem candidates. Keep going at Trump. Oh my God, this is so great. The sinister element of this is just delicious and lovely. Oh my God. In an interview with James Corden, the former presidential candidate emphasized that bizarre aspects will come into play in 2020 election, such as propaganda and phony stories. She's literally saying, don't believe anything you hear about me when I run. It'll all be fake. Oh my God, why do we have to deal with this? Even not running, it's like, atrocious. In an interview with host James Corden, the former presidential candidate emphasized that bizarre aspects will come into play. How does she know all these bizarre things will take place? Maybe the truth will come out. Maybe actually the truth about Clinton will be published, like it had in the New York Times and the Washington Post. Because they're all going to look. The media is going to turn on Clinton when she runs. Because the one thing the media loves more than Clinton is money. Money, honey. And with Clinton, it's actually just cash flowed to Clinton Foundation amid Russian uranium deal. That's the New York Times. Fresh from the release of the co-authored nonfiction offering, The Book of Gutsy Women, Favorite Stories of Courage and Resilience. Former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton and her daughter Chelsea appeared. I mean, look, God bless the women in the book, but this is to pave the way for the 2020 campaign. At the top of the show, Corden brought up Giuliani and asked Clinton if his behavior surprised her at all. Totally, she answered. His behavior. Oh, my God. Who are these people that fancy themselves to be parents of the American people? But your behavior is not. Your behavior. Oh, well, what about your behavior? Your behavior. Oh, no, your behavior isn't that great either. Oh, okay, this is Trump falling asleep. James Comey. Oh, no. I have to set it up. He thinks about, obviously what Comey, Strzok, McCabe, and Clapper all of them did. So he knows the criminal investigation is going to get them all. He's like, I'll get you, Brennan. Good night. Let's see. She mentioned having spoken to many of the current candidates, right? She's willing to speak with anyone who calls for her advice. Do you think they're going to call for her advice? Who believes this? Oh my God. I think we're going to win if we do everything we should. We? There's no we. You have a secret agreement that Donna Brazil wrote about in Politico. Who believes this nonsense? Clinton's just part of the team. She'll just campaign for Biden. she'll campaign for a former vice president when her husband was president, she was first lady. Does that make any sense? And she'll campaign for Elizabeth Warren because, Warren deserves to be the first female vice president. Does that make any sense at all? Let's see if this... Okay, so... They're trying to humanize the golden muumuu. Okay? They're trying to humanize Clinton. They're trying to humanize Clinton. It ain't working. Now, what Clinton should do is she should go on Howard Stern. The attempt alone would earn her votes, but then it probably would lose her a lot of votes too because people would not like what they see. Because she would actually really open up and they'd be like, Ugh. Then they could fact check and be like, nah, you didn't do that. The hilarious thing will be when Clinton runs, and she obviously becomes Democratic nominee. The really funny thing will be that there's a slight chance she won't win the popular vote. Very slight chance. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is late. Thank you so much to my super chat. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Everyone, God bless. Thank you so very, very much. This is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very, very interesting, amazing month and year. Obviously, Clinton is running. They're not going to go with Biden. They're not going to go with Warren or Bernie. They have nobody else. So this is a charade that is getting more nauseating every day. Okay, we're waiting for the IG report. We're waiting for impeachment. We're just waiting. It's just a waiting game now. Give me your thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very, very